So we'll just wait for the judges to finish their paperwork and then we'll continue. And whenever the judges are done with their comments, you're mostly welcome to comment also. So, please. Are you ready?
Thank you very much. I would like to borrow 5 minutes of your time to tell you a bit about welfare technologies. Welfare technologies, as you probably know, are technologies that help and assist people with their everyday lives. It's a very broad term, and I'm not going to really talk about that much about technology themselves, but about technology in Denmark, and that we see a problem in Denmark is that basically this technology, welfare technologies, are not developing the way we want them to. They're just not effective enough. It takes usually a lot of time for a product to meet the market and actually arrive at the market. Usually the manufacturers don't actually meet the needs of the users, and there's basically a very good exchange of knowledge. If you take a look at this diagram, it basically represents how products arrive at the market. They're manufactured by someone, they're produced and sold, and then a customer is allowed to use them. But this actually goes one way, and customers very rarely do have some sort of a feedback. They can't really give a feedback. And what we do, what we want to fix, is basically we want to provide some sort of a service that would first of all provide knowledge about welfare technologies, would provide the manufacturers with the needs of the users, the needs the users have, through user studies that we would provide, and basically develop new products and services. The idea, the example of the idea is rehabilitation technologies and rehabilitation manufacturers, because this was the start of our idea, but we don't want to limit ourselves to it. And we would achieve these through an extensive network. So this is our idea, an extensive network of different players. We're just going to name users, so basically people who would buy those services, experts, manufacturers, branch organizations, and on and on and on. And we want to achieve this through our company called Wellfair. This is a short overview over the network. I just want to make sure that we understand that this is not all the players. This is just an example. We can actually incorporate more. This is the beginning. This is where we're starting. And again, the example is rehabilitation technologies. So as you can see, there's lots of manufacturers, expert organizations, municipalities. This is our network that we want to create. Let me explain how this works with an example, because this is very general. The example is, again, from the rehabilitation technologies market like this. We take the users from our network, for example, elderly homes or handicapped homes. And we see a situation in which, for example, in those handicapped homes, patients need to be bathed. And this is the situation in which now there's one person holding the shower hand and then bathing a person. Now imagine this person is immobilized completely, or even worse, has a psychiatric disorder, is moving spasmodically. This causes actually very bad working environment. This person is causing a lot of problems, and the person bathing the patient only has one hand to do it. So from our network, we can take the experts. The experts can come up with some solution. This is actually a solution we came up with a couple of days ago, which could be a flexible shower head that can be placed in one spot over the bed, and then the patient can be bathed, and the person bathing has 2 hands to do it. This is just an example where we can incorporate those experts from our network, be it technology experts, ergotherapists, or simply engineers. And through this network, we create a solution. We save time, improve environment, create basically better conditions for the user, better ethical conditions, for example, in this case. And then from the network, we also get the manufacturers, people who will build it for us, and not specifically for us, but the users who are just providing the service. So we're creating this network. And then again, it's not finished. It's not just those. This is a business model. I'm going to briefly talk about it because, well, let's face it, we don't have 2 hours. In this business, we provide the knowledge, we identify the need, and we identify the people who will help fulfill those needs. And then we contact the manufacturers, be that just one company or 50 companies, and we bring them to the customers. So both sides are interested, the customers and the producers. And then we are basically, we get some profit from it. The start money we would get is just funds, and afterwards we get royalties and payments from those companies and from the products. And then obviously we would have some solutions, some expenses. We're starting modestly, just one area, but we just want to expand and bring basically better tomorrows to other areas of business like this. So, thank you very much for your
Thank you. So, ready for questions? Ole, this is Jens. This is sort of your department.
Yes, it's my department. I can't. I really have a question. Is it a consultant agency you are building, or is it a production agency? I can't really find out what your kind of business is.
It's a consultant.
It's a consultant.
Yeah.
But how do you involve the experts and the users? Have you have some ideas about that?
Yeah, the thing is that we want to create this network where we approach different users. It can be elderly homes, it can be homes for handicapped people, for example. And we approach them and ask if they want to be a part of this network and contribute. And what they gain from it is, of course, better products and services that meets the needs of the users. And the idea is that they're not going to be working for free. We can do different user studies, for example, in an elder home, and they would maybe we can give them, for example, half of their salary for what they would pay. So that could be one example. And there are systems which do something quite similar. There are different, for example, Wellfair technology now, which is it's a network of municipalities and also universities, where they also do some projects with different users, and we want to kind of expand this to make a business model.
I didn't really catch the cash flow in it. Could you go to the business canvas and just try to use 2 minutes talking us through?
The canvas, yeah. Okay, so first of all, we have the value propositions which we have is the knowledge and need identification and so forth for the manufacturers, which are the customers. And the revenue stream would be through, first of all, fundings in the beginning, but when we have this up and running, the idea is that we go out, make user studies, find solutions for this, and then we approach the companies and say, are you interested in manufacturing this? And so they pay for the idea, one-time fee. And then when the product is sold, we get royalty through this through their sales. So we get maybe 5% of the price of the product.
So you try to pick up problems from the users, so then you go to the companies and say, this is a problem that you can use doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Because the problem with there are different projects so far, and what they do is they have different companies which are involved, and every company which is involved see it from their point of view. So they are just interested. If I'm making ceiling hoists, I'm only thinking about, okay, I need to have a product for this, instead of actually just looking at the needs of the users.
Yeah. So you're building like a vertical network. You put in a lot of people not doing the same, but doing different things, making a solution at the end. Yeah.
And then the idea is that, for example, the profit that we get from this, it can be used to put into additional research and maybe for funding, for example, PhD students who do some studies in welfare technology.
Thank you. Comments?
I like the presentation, very good presentation, and also the flow in how you presented it was very good. I think it's a good business case that you have. It's a very difficult business case because it's very difficult to gather all the participants into this network. But if you can get it running, then you can make a good business.
Have to get some good ideas at first and then sell it and go out and sell it to the company.
Yes. Exactly. So I think it seems that you can come around the business very well. Of course, it's always when it comes down to that you need to get money into the system, and the challenge starts to grow.
Yeah, but we can see, for example, there's been fundings of 1.4 million to a project where they have different manufacturers work on this, and it was actually basically for a personal hoist to overweight people, and so we are thinking that we could probably get similar fundings for this in the beginning, if we can ensure that we have this network. So.
I'm kind of like still thinking. I mean, I think that this is. I mean, obviously the market is quite big, but I still have my concerns about the money flow still. But are any of you familiar with the Bikini Idea Clinic? This part of, are you familiar with that? Heard of it? Okay. I mean that's probably your areas. It's I think it's quite a big project, and my experience is they're sort of like doing the same thing for regional money or whatever. Their problem seems to be to get the new ideas. I mean, they have the setup to put the idea, to push the ideas to the local businesses and stuff like that. But I mean, in that concern, I think that if you have like the idea building agency, so you're actively building the ideas based on the users and that, I think that's probably a very good idea.
Yes.
It's hard though, but I guess it's potential.
I think we have one comment here.
Where's the social aspect? I didn't quite catch it.
First of all, we're helping elderly people and handicapped people, so there's a huge social aspect in that sense, that we're helping a lot of people, all the users that who benefit from the products which we're actually developing. So that's the basic, and also that we can, through the profit we make, we can actually contribute to, for example, PhD studies of welfare technology, which can help even more people. So.
Yeah, and reduce the time spent on each patient. So the welfare system don't have to spend that much time on this.
And now the last question or comment.
Yes. Well, I've studied architecture, and we have studied a bit about every furniture and stuff. So, and I haven't seen any medical equipment that it hasn't been designed according to the human needs. For example, I have never seen a more comfortable chair than a dentist chair, because there is a huge amount of work into developing a product before you release it on the market, and they do have they do make research and adjustments before they release a product on the market, especially in this area.
Yeah.
Every company that does something. So if I do think that there is pretty much everything that is possible to be done from a material point of view.
I'm quite sure that it isn't, because I've been working 2 years in a company which is called Ropax, which develops assistive products for handicapped people, and I've seen how it works. And also, for example, we had a product which won the prize for Product of the Year at Health and Rehab, and there is a lot of potential to make even more.
So you want to go cross fields, including robotics and stuff like this?
Could be.
Okay, that's a different vision.
Thank you.